What is up, YouTube? We are back breaking down UFC Canada, Vancouver, RDR versus Brendan Allen. Originally supposed to be RDR versus Anthony Hernandez, who pulled out due to an injury. I forget what type of injury. I think it was something like a hand or I don't know. But either way, decent for a Canada card. It's not horrible, but it's also not like the best. Like you'll never have like an Abu Dhabi type feel to it. But either way, looking forward to this one. It should be a good one. We're gonna see what goes down with all this, and what we are doing for random hunt of the day will be if it spins. All right, what is it? All right, let's see. So random hunt will be. The side striped jackal in Brahanga. Alright. This ought to be interesting. Check this out. We'll see what their drink time is first as we load this one up. Alright. But yeah, we got 13 fights for this card. Um, some title implications for middleweight, women's flyweight. Uh, Still not bantamweight. That matchup isn't that crazy, but we'll see. We're going to break it down, and we're going to start off with the first fight, which is Melissa Croden versus Tainara Lisboa. Um, I don't know who Melissa Croden is. Probably a debut, if I had to guess. Lisboa, from what I remember, is like kind of decent. Maybe not really, but I've seen her fight before, and I don't remember her being that bad. So I don't know. I think I'm gonna lean towards Lisboa. Again, this one done by decision. Oh, I don't know. All right, so we gotta do 18-5. All right, so we gotta go Verhonga at night. This ought to be interesting. What did it say? It said I had to do from 18 all the way to 6. Jeez. Yeah. All right. Well, let's see if we can find any side striped jackals. But yeah, I'm gonna go Lisboa decision just based off of familiarity. Honestly, that's all it is. Um, don't know anything about Melissa Croden. Maybe I'm proven wrong, and then we get somebody else that looks decent, women's bantamweight. But yeah, that's how I'm rocking with that one. So we'll go from there. On to the next fight, though. We have wait. Um, let's go back. We got Azamat Bakoyev versus Yusri Belagaru, or whatever his name is. Um, Azamat Bakoyev, I think, is one of the best up and comers at middleweight right now. It's a guy that we got to look out for. Absolutely criminal. He is the second fight on this card. We will get to other fights immediately after this that should be not only not in the UFC, but not on this card. So, criminal that they're doing this to Bakoyev. He's coming up against a kickboxer who I think used to be an opponent of Alex Pereira or something, but now they train together. Maybe they just trained together in the past. So there is like, I don't know if I'd say some store stock, but I don't know, man. So we'll see what happens with all that. But I think Bakoyev is legit. Very well rounded, a lot of finishing potential. And for that reason, I will probably be leaning Bakoyev. I think he's going to get done first round KO. I don't know if it's going to be ground and pound or on the feet, but I could just see something crazy. Maybe like a flash KO, honestly, against a kickboxer. So, and like people are really going to put him on the map after this one, I think. So, we'll see what happens in regards to that. But I'm going to go Bakoya first round KO. On to the next fight, we got Ravina Oliveira versus Stephanie Luciano. I think Luciano fought fairly recently. I don't remember it too well, but wait, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, not really excited at all for this fight. I don't know either of them. Maybe they can go out there make a statement. I'm gonna go with Oliveira by decision. I don't know. There's no justification to that pick. It's just like that's how it is. But yeah, Oliveira by decision there. Whoa, what was that? Springbok fling call. Scary stuff. In the high grass too. Come on, man. That's how people get killed. All right, but on to the next fight. We got Kyle Prepolek versus Drew Dober. Um, Prepolek came in on short notice to fight Saint Denis the last time they were in Canada, which was 315 in May. Um, don't think this guy's UFC talent. He did end up going into round two with Saint Denis, survived until he didn't. So, but like, still, I'm still not sold on this guy. I don't know if he's UFC talent. I didn't see anything in that first fight that would have shown me that. Dober's getting old. Um, Chin is not the same as it used to be. Durability is a question mark, but if we're talking skills, we're talking Dober in this matchup, and I'm gonna trust his durability over this guy. So I'm going Drew Dober by decision, though. I don't think he finishes this guy. I would love to pick finish. That'd be cool, but I have a weird feeling it will be a decision and it'll be somewhat competitive, unfortunately. But it wouldn't be like a robbery type thing. It's just, but yeah, we'll see what happens. So Dober by decision there. On to the next fight, we got DeJordan Santos versus Donnie Barlow. Barlow just recently got finished a few months back. Actually, this might have been earlier in the year, so it might be like 9 months at this point. I think. Well, that might be the same Blue Wildebeest. Um, Frames. Oh my goodness. Um, but Danny Barlow, is somewhat decent. Has a lot of power in the hands. DeJordan Santos looked horrible in the last fight. Wasn't like horrible, horrible, but it was like, oh, that was pretty bad. He lost to Ozzy Diaz fairly clearly. It was kind of competitive in a bad way, but yeah, I don't know. I think with all that being said, lighter man scale too. This is gonna be Barlow at middleweight, no longer at welterweight. So I'm still on this lighter scale wins. Or superior, whatever. So I'm gonna go. I help you. I was gonna say, bro. Like, come on, have some respect. Um, Jeez, I'm all stuffed up. Yeah, so we're gonna go with Danny Barlow, second round KO. Is dominating like almost the whole time, and then just gets it done in the second round. On to the next fight, though. We got Bruno Silva versus Hun Sung Park. Close fight to call, man. Um, I have respect for both these guys in their own ways, but I think, oh, this is tough, man. So Bruno Silva, I thought at one point was like one of the guys. What the heck? Oh, there's side stripe tackle. Five medium. Oh my gosh. Two. Oh my gosh. Wow. All right, let's try to get one of these. So, oh, not that type of gun. But yeah, I think Bruno Silva for a while was going to be that guy, but I do think that Manel Kopp is going to change him and for the worse. I mean, this guy's already struggled with durability in the past, um, and I think it's only going to get worse. Hun Sung Park looked bad against Tyara, but Tyara is also top of the top at this point. We can't really deny that. And for that reason, I'm essentially thinking I am still going to go Park by decision. I think it's going to be because of the durability concerns that we've seen from what's his name recently. So, oh my gosh, this won't stand still. Durability issues we've seen recently from Bruno Silva. He's pulled out of a couple fights since the Manel Cop thing. Um, so I don't know. Not really. Jeez, these things like love to move around. Oh my gosh! Every time I focus, man. Jeez. On site. No. Oh, it tricked me. Oh, it tricked me. Oh, I thought it went down, down, down. Oh my goodness. That's tough. But yeah, I'm gonna go Park decision. Very competitive fight. Some would or could, will maybe argue robbery, but I think Park did probably gain some decent experience from Tyr matchup. Somewhat of a quick turnaround, but not too quick. So I'm gonna go Park decision there. On to the next fight, we got Davy Grant versus Charles Jourdain. Um, this was also a tough fight to really kind of break down and predict, and I think with let's see if we find anything out there. Side strip jackal. Yeah, I think with Jourdain moving down, I'm a little more curious about that, and he's looked somewhat decent since moving down. Davy Grant, I know he's way older now, still always such an underrated fighter. He's gotten robbed a lot of times. He's beat guys that are prospects. Like this guy's legit. So um, can't really can't really have a clear favorite and who I think is going to win, but I am going to lean towards the Canadian-based Jourdain robbery. I'm seeing, but very close fight where you could argue Jourdain. I'm going to go with Jourdain decision, close competitive fight. Not a war, but pretty technical. So we'll see what happens with all that. So Jourdain decision, we're rocking there. On to the next fight though. We got Matt Favola versus Kyle Nelson. Um, Interesting one. So Kyle Nelson, lighter man scale, moving up to lightweight from featherweight. Featherweight, he just recently, they had him really high up on the unranked list, and I never thought Kyle Nelson was that decent, whatever. But he was winning. He did beat Doohoo Choi, which is looking like an insane win looking back right now. Um, okay. Well, all threes. I think that's the same crowd. But yeah, I think Kyle Nelson moving up, somewhat being underrated or having underrated wins in itself is tricky for Frivola, but Frivola only does, for the most part, lose to the best of the best. There's been a few flukes, or what you could consider flukes, in there. And I don't think Kyle Nelson, even with the lighter man scale and the underrated wins, is going to pull one out here against Frivola. So I'm going to go with Frivola first round sub, actually. We're going to rock the sub on this one. So Frivola first round sub is how I'm rocking with this one. We'll see what happens and kind of go from there. I think it's going to be a club and sub. He's going to rock him really bad on the feet, get the takedown, expose the grappling of Kyle Nelson, and from there it's going to be a wrap. So we're going to rock with that. But on to the next fight, we got Arichi Lang versus Cody Gibson. Interesting. Tough fight to predict as well. We got some close ones on this card actually, so which I kind of like, I kind of hate. No, I kind of like it. I like it. We need competition. So, tough fight to predict. But I'm gonna go with Arichi Lang. I think he's looked better at bantamweight than he did at flyweight. Don't think he's still that good, obviously, but at the same time, I think he's going to do enough to get past Cody Gibson, who isn't the worst of the worst at bantamweight, but I don't think is that good either. So, Rock and Rigi Lang decision over there, getting it done. Close competitive fight, not robbery though. He's going to get done, probably winning 2 of the 3 rounds. On to the next fight, we got Jasmine Jusudavicius versus Manon Ferrell. Whoa, that's a crazy way of dying, young. Just missed it. I had to shoot though in case he was about to move. Oh, just missed it. Oh, it's tough. Um, yeah. So this is somewhat of a tough fight. I was kind of having a tough time with this one as well because UFC needs a Canada star, and I would think, if I had to guess, that if this is a close competitive fight, which Fiorot showed in the last time she fought in Canada, that she's capable with lower output, that we could have a Jusidovicius robbery, and just so they can have a Canadian contender, so they can have a reason to come back to Canada without it being headlined by somebody else. Um, Actually, I don't know if they'd have Valentina headline anymore. It seems like they're kind of past women headlining title or main events anymore, which I'm kind of a fan of, so I respect that. But at least until they get like someone like legit, like a Ronda type again, which we'll see if we even get that. But overall, I think tough fight. The robbery aspect does worry me into where I would want to pick Jusita Vicious, but at the same time, I think I'm not going to be rocking that. I'm going to be rocking probably Fiorot by decision. I think she's better. The physicality advantage, I think Jasinovic is going to have a tough time taking her to the ground. And then on the feet, it's just going to be Fiorot all day. So I'm going to rock with Fiorot pretty. I thought it was going to be competitive. I don't think it is anymore. I think it's going to be clear as day. Fiorot 30-27s across the board, maybe 129-28 in a weird scorecard. But yeah, On to the next fight, we got Marlon Chito Vera versus Ayman Zahabi. Kind of crazy. My brain's telling me Zahabi. My heart's telling me Cheeto. I don't know. What does Cheeto look like after a year plus off? Wasn't looking good. You know, this is a guy that can eat a lot of shots, but he's he all he needs is one. I wouldn't say that, but he looks for only needing one. Very low output, which scares me against Zahabi. But Zahabi's durability isn't the best. The question is, all it comes down to is, can Cheeto catch him? I don't know if I necessarily think he is, but I will still be predicting he will. I think Ayman Zahabi's going to be up 2018, clear as day. Third round, Cheeto's going to catch him with a head kick and put him down, and he's going to be so rocked that he won't recover, unlike how he did against Aldo, where he recovered. And Cheeto Vera, third round KO, will be live. So that's how we're rocking there. On to the next fight, the co-main event. We got Kevin Holland versus Mike Mallet. Interesting fight, man. Still very wooded over here. Actually, we'll go back down here. Mike Mallett's another guy that they're trying to promote in Canada still, even though that Magny loss was so hurtful for that. I mean, that he was winning the whole fight, and then I don't want to say he quit, but he gassed out, and then it kind of just, it was a thing. But Magny's still doing his thing too, so it's not like Mike Mallet is just an outlier. Like Magny's still getting wins, but still not a good look if you can't. Oh, that's a big one. I might shoot that one. I think I'm going for that one. Let's go for that. Didn't even move. That's how shit that shot was. What the heck? What the heck was that? Alright, well. What the? That thing glitched? Alright, I'm not gonna go waste my time with that. So, yeah, going back to the fights, man. Trying to build up Mallet. Holland's inconsistent as per usual. Um, do I think Mallet's on the same level skill wise as Holland? I do. Um, but I don't see him getting it done here. I do think Kevin Holland's gonna pull this one out of his ass. It's gonna be a sneaky sub second round where Mallet's gonna look kind of decent in the first round. People are gonna be saying, "Oh, Holland's out. He's quitting again. Whatever. All this." Holland's gonna. I don't know about rocking, but he's gonna get him in like a weird trip, get him down, sub him, and then that's gonna be that. And then maybe that's how the Mike Mallet project ends. But we'll see what happens. So yeah, Kevin Holland second round sub is what we're rocking there. On to the next fight, the main event. Brendan Allen versus RDR. Potential title eliminator. Probably not, but it was initially with probably Anthony Hernandez, who's probably next after the Imavov Boyhio thing, but it should be Imavov next. I mean, he has nothing left to prove. Arguably, didn't have to even take. Oh, I don't really want to go there. Oh, that is sketchy. Um, yeah, with Imavov, like he definitely deserves the next title shot. So winner of this will either probably have to fight one more time or they will get shot after Imavov. So I don't know. Um, I do think Brendan Allen is somewhat underrated in a sense, but RDR, bro, as goofy as he looks when he fights, whatever, he's legit. He's well rounded. He's so unorthodox that it kind of works, kind of how like DDP was running through these guys. And I think RDR will have matchups that are going to give him a lot of issues, but I don't think Brendan Allen is going to be the guy to give him issues. Um, so I will be rocking with. I will be rocking with RDR third round sub. It's going to be somewhat competitive, but RDR is going to be winning. I think the body knees, man. I think they're going to be kind of crazy here. But I think Allen is going to capitalize on it. I think he's going to catch one or two of them and transition those into takedowns. But I think RDR is just too big. Um, I actually didn't even see weigh-ins yet, which is actually a little concerning because I saw a video come out yesterday where RDR was still weighing like 235, 48 hours before fight, which is I don't care how easy weight cuts are or whatever, how big you are, it's like that's insane to me. Absolutely insane. So that's a little concerning. Um, but yeah, I'm kind of on the RDR train as of right now. Hopefully Brendan Allen doesn't derail it because um, I'd much rather see an RDR Hamzat matchup than a potential Brendan Allen Hamzat matchup. I think that would just be so non-competitive. That'd probably be Hamzat's easiest win. And like I said, I do think Brendan Allen's underrated, but that's just a bad matchup for. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But either way, RDR third round sub probably just wears him down the whole fight with those knees, and then all of a sudden he catches him, and then from there it's gonna be RDR third round sub. So yeah, excited for the fights though. We'll see what happens. Only got one side stripe Jackal today, and it was a horrible shot, but that's just how it goes. Other than that, YouTube, it's been so real. We'll see you later, man.